Obviously, Tyler, you got some experience down the stretch last season. What were the biggest takeaways, like the biggest learning points you had from that time?
I would just say just living in the moment, just especially that Purdue game. Like when I first got my first pick, it was very ecstatic, and especially like looking back at the film, they was always telling me like I should have cut back, and I really could have took it back for six, but just really being in the moment in the Mississippi State game was really big for me too because that was my first official start. So it meant a lot to me.
Looking back, how important was that just to get those reps finally defensively? Like, how much did that help you in your development?
Man, it helps me a lot. It makes me understand the game more, and especially like playing behind Spoon and Taz just makes everything to slow down, and makes me see everything and play more like a pro.
I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes. You obviously commit and sign, and it's a different staff. You get here, and now it's new relationships to build, new everything.
Yeah.
How did you go about maybe still finding your niche with guys that you probably didn't know before you got here?
At first, it was a struggle, because I came in with a whole different coaching staff, and now we got Coach Henry and all them. They coming in and they bringing in their guys. So at first it was kind of hard, but then just keeping my head down and working, and just staying focused. I build a relationship with all of them, and I'm blessed to continue to stay here and just be the guy that I am.
You mentioned being able to be behind Spoon and Taz early. What is it like being able to learn from those guys? Spoon, possible first-round draft pick. How do you think about asking them questions, picking their brain to now get your chance?
Man, it means everything. Especially like Spoon, he was always on us. He was always making sure we watch film and making sure that we on top of the route or not holding on top of the route or anything like that. He made sure like we played like a pro, and because he wanted us to be like him someday. And Taz, he literally just bled through him. So it all went full circle, and I'm just blessed to be in that position and be able to learn from a type of guy like both of them.
What does Taz mean as a leader in that room?
Man, it means everything. Because Taz, he played with Spoon majority of the year, and he picked up everything from him, and he just learned everything. So now he's bleeding it out now to me, and I'm picking up shortly on the little small things like a star route or a seven cut, all that stuff. So it means everything to me.
Obviously, this defensive secondary last year's probably 3 draft picks, 4 guys who might end up in a camp or in the league. How do you guys follow that up? Like, is there a pressure? Is it like an iron sharpen iron thing? Like, what's that like to be the next group there?
Man, it's really just a standard. It's always been the standard. Since before I got here, Nate Hobbs was the first one through the door, and then after that it was Curd, and then after that now it's Spoon, Sid, and Kendall and Quan. So now we're all like, all right, like it's us now. Like it's all because Taz used to always tell me it's a big door, and we're all just walking through it, and we all just taking our turns just walking through it.
How do you personally respond to that kind of standard being set? Like, is it something that fuels you? I mean, what's that like for you
Oh
personally?
man, it's something that fuels me every day, because I know every time I step out on that field, I have to uphold that standard, and I have to uphold that we're the number one defense in the world. So yeah, I'm super excited for what the season holds for us.
Coach Henry kind of talked about Taz's leadership style with you guys. What does that look like, and how has he kind of been a leader for you guys this spring?
Taz has been like a great leader for us. He's really like a miniature Spoon. So he's always on top of us. He's always making sure we going to class, or making sure we coming in the film, or just really staying on top of us, making sure we're practicing like pros and being like pros. So then when it comes on Saturdays, everything's just easy.
Just having the bowl game and late in the season with you and a couple other guys, how did that experience maybe help you as kind of a spring?
Man, that bowl game, it was like a really big step for me, because I feel like everything that slowed down for me, and I proved to myself that I can play in the Big Ten, and I can play college football, and I can just start, if anything.